run away.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Manny here once again. Welcome back to DFS Zone, your source for daily fantasy sport lineup advice for the NFL, NBA, WNBA, and MLB. And before I continue any further with the video, like always, guys, I appreciate you drop a like on the video. And if you have not subscribed yet to the channel, please do so down below. And of course, do not forget to turn on your notifications. This way, you don't miss any of my new daily uploads. With that being said, today is Monday, May the 28th, 2018. Happy Memorial Day to everyone. Today we have a one-game slate. It's Game 7, elimination game. Win, move on. Lose, go home. Golden State is going to visit Houston. And this game, first things first, guys. Last night's game, man, congratulations to the Cleveland Cavaliers. For those who have been following me, been my viewers, you know I've been pretty much rooting for the opposing teams against Cleveland simply because I just wanted to see someone different in the finals. But King James, man, I mean, he's the baddest man on the planet, man, and he makes other guys better and guys step up. And, you know, you got to give it to LeBron James and company and the coaching staff. They came through with a big game in Boston. Boston did not lose a game in the playoffs until last night, and it happened to be the most important game. That is terrible, you know, terrible, terrible, terrible. But it was a good game. I really enjoy it. I like to see teams win. I like to see competition. It was competitive. It was a low-scoring game, a defensive battle, a lot of miscues by both teams. But when it was all said and done, I mean, Cleveland really just made more plays. They made the better plays and more plays and the more dominant plays towards the end. And that's all it takes sometimes, you know. So LeBron James and company move on to the finals. And today we're going to find out who's going to go and play against the Cavaliers. And I tell you something, in my opinion, I think Golden State is going to probably pull out today's game, especially if Houston is without Paul. So I see another home team going down today to a visitor. We know Golden State is capable of going into Houston and beating them. They already did that already. And I don't know, man. For me, I just don't see how Houston can do it unless Chris Paul plays and plays at least 20, 25 minutes. And him having a hamstring issue, as we know, especially anybody that is a fan of sports and have been a former athlete like myself, hamstrings ain't no joke. You know, just really can't play with those type of injuries. Those injuries are very, very dangerous, and they can sideline you for a very long time. So Chris Paul, you know, I mean, I know deep down inside he's going to do everything he can to be ready today. They're gonna treat him. They're going to do whatever it takes to get this guy on the floor. They know he's going to be important in this particular game. And I believe so as a fan that, you know, it's necessary. I mean, so if he's able to go on there and he's only 50, 60%, he's going to try to go. So I expect maybe Chris Paul to play. We're just going to have to stay on top of that news, guys. The only drawback with that is that if we're doing any lineups today, if you actually are playing GPP play today, it's going to be very risky to put Chris Paul in those lineups. So I would say you're definitely going to have to fade him and focus on the others. Because you know, it's just a big chance you're taking. He may just go off. I mean, God knows I've seen it all happen. You know, you watch enough sports, you see almost everything happen. Everything that you might not imagine that it will happen does happen. So I would not be surprised for him to play, and then he ended up playing and being very effective. But going in, you know, trying to win a GPP of 100,000 today, I think there's 100. I know there's a $17 entry. I already have one. I'm only making one entry. And I'm going to definitely try to give it a shot. I think it's for 177,000 for first place. So I mean, why not try 18 bucks and take a stab at it? So definitely will do that. But as you can see here on the screen, I have already 5 entries into the 10K, and so I'm going to do that. All right, so that's pretty much it. So again, congratulations to the Cavaliers. We'll see what's going on tonight. Recap of yesterday for my results. In the 100K, I cashed again, which is like the 6th or 7th day in a row. Which is good. And the only thing is I made one lineup again. I've been just going with one lineup, which I'm going to do today with that 177K and see if it's the winning lineup. But I mean, I scored a 250.01. I finished in 5,884th place. I mean, it's way out there, but there was over 45,000 people playing. So I mean, that's not a bad turnout. I had James, of course, as the MVP. He put up 129. Had Jason Tatum in the star spot. He gave me 49.35. He started off really good. I thought I was like, oh, I got a shot here tonight, but he definitely cooled down towards the second half. Horford started off pretty well too. He was in my pro spot. He finished with 35.16. Then I had Nance, who really only put up 3.4 fantasy points, which is horrific. And Jeff Green came through. I had him in the utility last spot, and he came through with a straight-up 33.1 fantasy points, which is absolutely fantastic for just straight-up fantasy points. The winning lineup was 276.92 for those who did not play the 100K. It was the same winning lineup that won the 10K. 9 players won that 100K. They split $17,388.89. Would have taken that with no problem. They had James in the top spot. Of course, the 129 he scored. They had Marcus Morris in the star position. Put up 51.6 fantasy points. Then they had Jeff Green in the pro position, and he put up 39.72. As we know, he put up 33, so you gain another 6.5 with him being in that spot. And then you had, then they had, which was really genius, they had Jaylen Brown in the utility at 23.7 fantasy points, and they had the other utility, another Celtic, Jason. They had Tatum, 32.9. So that was very interesting. So it was James, Morris, Green, Brown, and Tatum. They tallied up 276.92 and walked away with $17,388.89. Great damn job. That was great. You know, I mean, it's wonderful to see. I wish I had that lineup. I didn't have it. You know, so that's the deal with the 100K. But I did cash again, so that's not too bad. In the 10K, I finished with a 254.53. Finishing 1,443rd place. I won with 2 lineups out of 5. 2 lineups out of 5. I had James. I had Horford in the star spot with 43.95. I had Tatum in this lineup in the pro spot, and he put up 39.48. Then I had Baines, who I thought was going to have a reasonably good game. I was hoping for 20 to 25 from him. He only put up a 9 spot. And then I had Mr. Jeff Green again, and he came through with 33.1. The winning lineup was the same lineup as in the 100K, but it was just entirely a different person. And that entirely different person was the only person that won the 10K by themselves. They didn't have to split the 10K. They walked away first place with 10,000 with a 276.92 score with James, Morris, Green, Brown, and Tatum. The second place individual finished with $2,750 with a 276.88. Just missed it by 0.4 of a point, which is, it just sucks to know that you could have won 10K. Instead, you finished up with $2,750 because the second place through, I think, 4th or 5th place, they split that money. So it is what it is, but that's how close it could be. Oh, and the only difference between those two were they both had James in the top spot. They had Morris, but the second place individual had in the pro spot Tatum as opposed to Green. He had Green in the utility and Brown in the utility. So they had the same 5 guys. It's just Tatum was in the pro spot where the winning team had Tatum in the utility, and they had Green in the top spot in the pro spot. So again, that's all it takes. We've been discussing this all along throughout the series, throughout these playoffs, that you know, with this new format, I mean, it's fantastic. As you can see, people are able to walk away with some serious money, and that's simply because of, you know, just how you arrange the lineups. You can have the same 5 guys, just move them around, make 3 or 4 lineups with those same 4 or 5 core guys, make a couple of little one player switches, and you should be okay. That's pretty much it. All right, so let's just dive right in, guys. Let's go and let's discuss this slate today. So we know we don't have to discuss any numbers or anything like that, as we have done for the last like 4 or 5 of these games, simply because we already did all that in the beginning of the series. We'll do the same when we get to the finals. Also, something else that I wanted to get out of my you know, that I have in mind that I've been discussing. I have a number of players. I have about 8 or 9 subscribers that have commented back regarding doing a 1 hour before lock live stream and discussing lineups. I told you guys I'm more than happy to do that. I just need to see at least 25 or more subscribers interested. I've had about 3 or 4 subscribers interested in the WNBA, and I've had about 5 or 6. I got the names down already, so I know whom you are. I need to you know, definitely get some more of you interested. Anybody interested in discussing GPP plays for the upcoming finals? starting on Thursday. I'll be happy to do a live stream Thursday, 1 hour before lock. You will get my video earlier in the day, and then later in the day I'll be willing to come on an hour before game time, an hour before lock time, so that we can go over the lineups again. All right, guys, so we can just brainstorm a little bit and see if we can come out and get some wins. So if anybody's interested in that, please, I need you to comment down below. Let me know that you're in, and then what I'll do is I'll put your name right away on my list. And then the longest I have 25 or more in any one of them, that will be the same with the WNBA. I know the WNBA is not in the finals. They just started the season. But I'm willing to do that with the WNBA subs that I have, and of course, anybody else that you may know, tell them to come on in, subscribe down below, and let's get this live stream going. So I'm all for that. I definitely just need to see more support. If I got 25 or better, I'm definitely willing to do it. All right, guys, so definitely comment down below and let me know. All right, let's move on. So today, what we have here. So as you can see with the Cruncher now, they have this MVP Star Pro. They have the actual alignment in place in their software, which is fantastic. So we got here Harden. These are the guys that I'm targeting as MVPs for today. Harden, Curry, Durant, Green, Chris Paul, Clint Capella, and Klay Thompson. In the star spot, I have the same 4 or 5 I just mentioned. You just add Klay, Tucker, Gordon, and Ariza. In the pro spot, you got the same 5 or 6. They add in Tucker, Gordon, Ariza, Gerald Green, Jordan Bell, and Iguodala. Iguodala more than likely is not going to play. And and with that being said, I think Mr. Looney is also a little bit banged up. He has like a banged toe or a bruised toe, so there is also that injury report that you got to watch out for. Here, it doesn't indicate anything about Looney, but I mean, you're definitely gonna have to stay on top of that, guys. That will open up the doors for a guy like Jordan Bell. Okay, then the guard spots and the forward spots. So we go back to Fanduel. And let's draw some stuff up, man, like usual. I mean, right now, it's tough for me, man. This is really going to be interesting today. I mean, I really still believe Golden State's going to pull this one out, so I'm thinking more of a 3-2 Golden State stack. I wouldn't even be surprised, and I wouldn't be at all opposed to trying to do a 4-1 Golden State stack with getting maybe Bell in there or something like that, especially if Looney is out. If Chris Paul is out, there's a lot of value in some of the Houston Rockets. You definitely figure that you're going to have to, target maybe Ariza, who had a pretty decent game, Tucker or Gordon. One of these guys have to step up, maybe 2 of them, maybe even Gerald Green. So a lot to really discuss, to go over here as far as putting something together. But we'll say right now, let's just start with Houston, and let's realize that Harden is going to have to do a LeBron James. He's not LeBron, but he's going to have to play like him today. He's going to have to play 40-plus minutes for sure, especially if there's no Chris Paul. So you're going to have to target Harden here. I like him at home. He's, if there's any place you want to have a James Harden, is a Game 7 at home. But he's going to have to do a whole lot here. He's going to have to definitely get these other guys involved for them to have a shot with all this offense that Golden State can bring at them. So I'm going to go Harden. And then I'm going to definitely have to right away think in the pro spot or the star spot, I have to think Steph Curry. I don't know what you guys think, but I like Curry. Curry definitely has to be in his lineup somewhere. He's going to try to come out here and ball out, especially knowing that they got a chance to go to the finals. So I'm thinking Curry, and then maybe right down, I would say go back maybe to a Houston guy and maybe someone more on a mid-tier. Maybe Ariza or Tucker or Gordon. Let's try Tucker, who I mentioned before in previous videos. He does play a lot better at home for whatever reason. Maybe today might be one of those days that he has a breakout game. So I'm looking now. Okay, right now we have 10,002 left. Then you can go and you can get definitely another Golden State guy to something like. We can go Capella. Okay. So we got a 3-2, got a 3-1 right now. So we can go a 3-2 Houston stack, and then over here at the bottom with 8,000 left, you can get in there. Chances are there's no Iggy, and even if Iggy's back, I mean, he's not going to be 100%. You could go Looney if he is healthy. Right here, it doesn't show anything about game time decision or anything like that, but I do know that he has a bruised toe, so there's a possibility. You can go 4-1 Houston with a Gerald Green. I would be not at all opposed to throwing in there Jordan Bell, especially if an hour before lock, we hear that Looney is out. I think Jordan Bell would definitely be an awesome play here. Now, at that point in time, he's going to more than likely, go up in as far as how many people are going to take him. He's probably going to go out. I won't say he would be chalk, but he could go up as high as 30-40% owned. So just on that news alone, for those guys who are following the news, I mean, that's why it's important. And my viewers, you guys understand, definitely stay on top of the injury news. All right, so there you got a movement there. You still have $1,500 left in the bank, which is not too bad. But then you don't have to go him. You don't have to go Bell. Let's say Looney is good to go. Then I guess you could put Looney there, and you have 500 left. Or you can go and play Gerald Green. And now you got a 4-1 Houston stack at home, which is, it's a nice little risk here. This is the 10K GPP. You're only putting $4.44 for a shot, for a crack at 10. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't see the reason why nobody would not think you could go 4-1 Houston, especially at home in a game 7. But with all that offense that Golden State has, I'm not all in favor of a 4-1 Houston stack. I think you could go that route. I just don't feel that that's the right route to go. I think you definitely should consider maybe just 2 Houston players, maybe 3. You can go 3-2 easy or 2-3. I would say more so I'll be leaning more towards a 3-2 Golden State. So if I go here, utility, I'm going to definitely probably take here at 11, I'll take Clay. And then at 9,500, I wouldn't have no problem with Ariza. I wouldn't have no problem with a Jordan Bell, a Iguodala if he's playing, or a Looney. Okay? That's what I'm looking at. So Klay Thompson, PJ Tucker, Curry, Harden, and then you have your option of anybody else there. I think the lowest value play going into today would be Gerald Green and Nick Young, and even maybe Sean Livingston at 6,500. I don't see anybody else here. Patrick McCaw, you may see some action there. All right, he may see some action. McCaw might be someone that they might, because they like going small, Golden State. So if there's no Iguodala, I can see him now that he's been reactivated. He's activated and ready to go. They may use him. So a lot to ponder here, man. A lot to ponder. It's very, very tough. As you guys all know, we've discussed this, man. This is really, really tough to try to nail down one of these things. Let's go here. Let's move Harden out of there. I'm thinking, let's try Golden State as an MVP. Sorry, wrong spot. Let's try Steph Curry there, and then let's try Harden in the next spot. And then we could go Draymond Green. Draymond Green is pretty solid. He's been the most solid, consistent Golden State player, which I think I've mentioned before in videos. I mean, throughout the course of the playoffs, he's been kind of steady. He's been like the Al Horford for the Celtics. That's what he is for Golden State. But he's like, we all know he's a triple-double threat any single day, any given day. So it might be tonight might be one of those nights where he just might have a triple-double. Then you got here 77.5 left. I'm definitely thinking you can go Tucker. Definitely get another possible offensive shooter there, somebody who can get hot, especially at home. I like PJ Tucker as a utility. I wouldn't mind at all putting Tucker here in the pro spot if he has a 35, 40-point outburst. Fantasy point outburst, that will definitely help. And then put Draymond Green down here in the utility spot. You can go that route, but we could go right there with those 4, and then throw in there 7,500. Then throw in there like a Jordan Bell, especially if we hear that there is no Iggy and there's no Looney. If there's no Iggy and Looney, then you gotta consider a little bit of Jordan Bell. And down here, I just, other than that, and other than Sean Livingston at 6,500, let me see, Livingston, he's been getting some minutes, not a whole lot. Yeah, he's getting some, 14, 17, 15, 15. He's been getting anywhere between 15 to 17 minutes, whereas Jordan Bell has gotten a couple minutes as of late. He's gotten 21 and 14 and 17. He's gotten some more. Yeah, I can see an uptick in his minutes, especially if there's no Iggy again, and there happens to be no Looney. Those 2 guys are gone. You could expect Jordan Bell and McCaw. So you can go with Bell or McCaw, Patrick McCaw, as possible plays here, guys. All right, so just remember, McCaw is in play and Bell is in play if there is no Looney and there's no Iggy. So definitely something to consider there as well. Let's do a few more, you know. If we don't go there at all with Mr. Harden, let's go Harden, let's go Durant. Then in this spot here, definitely come back with a Houston Rocket. And you're going to have to play either Ariza or Tucker. Let's go Ariza here now, who had a nice game the last time out. All right, 39 minutes. He plays massive minutes. 40, 42, and 39 in the last 3 games. I mean, I wish he had better numbers, though. But he is capable. We all know he's capable of getting 30, almost 40 fantasy points. So, I mean, you know, it's just this is being different. This is what I've discussed. This is being different right here. Thinking of Trevor Ariza in the pro spot here. And he happens to go off a little bit and help this team and propel this team to go to the finals. 97.50 left. I wouldn't mind at all even going. You could throw in here Capella. You got 7,000 left. Not bad at all. Now you got 3 Houston Rockets, and then come with a $7,000. You can come in there with Jordan Bell or Nick Young or Sean Livingston for Golden State. So you have 3 options there. You can go with that lineup. We'll take Clint out of there and go Klay Thompson and say, hey, Klay's going to have a monster game today. You got 8,500 left. Then you can come back and get Bell. You can even go Tucker. You can even go Tucker, and you got a bunch of shooters here. I mean, this is not that bad of a lineup. All right. And then you could come back with these core 5 right here, and then just flip-flop a few guys. You could put Klay over here. You could put Trevor here. You could put Trevor, leave Trevor right there. You can move Trevor down here, move Tucker here. I think those are the 2 ways I would go. I would not flip-flop these 2. Something still tells me Harden is going to have more points than Durant. I could be wrong, but I think he will at home. So let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. Let me know. What we have here. Let's clear this up. That's not a bad little lineup there. Let's go back again with a Golden State stack. How about Durant at the top with Curry? And then let's bring in here, I wouldn't put Harden in this top 3 here. Let's go Golden State, strictly Golden State. Let's just say Golden State just happens to everything is going right for them tonight, and they just start blowing these guys away, and some of these guys just go crazy. Let's go Green there as well. And you can even save. You can be like, hey, I'm not going to go Green. Let's go Klay. And let's ride Klay and see if he has another monster game. And then you got 9,200 where you can come with 2 Houston Rocket guys that may have great games, like in Eric Gordon and PJ Tucker. I could see that too there. 3 Golden State offensive weapons, all of them pulling in their 35, 40 plus fantasy points, and then having an Eric Gordon and Tucker really keeping Houston in it, helping out Mr. Harden and putting up 30 to 35 or better each straight up fantasy points. I can see it. I can see it. I can see it happen. And this is a lineup that I'm sure some people will have. But will they have it the same way? Will they have Klay over here? You can move. You can say, hey, you know what? I got a feeling Gordon is going to just go off today at home. You can move Gordon here in the pro and put Thompson here. You can take these same 5 guys. If you have more than enough money to make several lineups, like 10 or 15 lineups, guys, why not do a lineup like this and then just move 1 or 2 of these guys around? Move Klay down here, move Gordon here, or move Klay down here, move Tucker here, and get a Houston guy there, right? Or flip-flop Steph with Durant. Move Durant to star and Steph to MVP. I wouldn't probably go all the way to Klay up there, but we already seen that some people have done that. Had Klay all the way at the top. Being different. Just slightly different in this lineup here is what just going to be, is what's going to either get you the high rank, you know, the top cash, or it's going to get you something a little lower or no cash at all. We've seen it already. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Let me know. But Durant, Curry, and Thompson will definitely work here with a Gordon and Tucker, two possible offensive threats for Houston in a Game 7 at home. I could see it. And you don't have to go Tucker. You can go Ariza. Okay? You can switch that and go Ariza. Or you can say, hey, I'm going with Ariza and Tucker. And you still got 2,000 left over, and then maybe you can even upgrade. You can go now and say, hey, you know what? I'm taking Clay out of there. I'm going to go with Draymond. Use up all my money. Now you got three monsters here, a possible triple-double threat in Green, and then you still got two possible offensive weapons that can put up some numbers for you on a given night for the Rockets, especially them at home in a Game 7. Could work. Take the same five guys, move them around. Move Draymond down here, move Tucker up here. Move Draymond down here, move Ariza here. Slightly different. That might be the top. How about if Ariza gets 30, 35, and now you got an additional 8, 9 more points for him because Draymond gave you a steady 35. But because you align Ariza up here and Draymond in the utility, it gets you over the top. Or you can say, hey, you know what? I'm going to move Steph here to MVP, move Durant to star, leave Draymond where he's at, and then keep Tucker and Ariza there. You can move Ariza up here and bring Draymond down and leave Tucker with Draymond down here, or vice versa. Ariza and Green down here and Tucker here. So, I mean, anyway, you just got to move them around, and you just got to go with your gut and play those particular lineups that you think are going to be slightly different. We know who are the offensive guys. We know which guys are the ones that are going to be targeted as far as in a Game 7 for these two teams. We know that Durant is in play. We know Curry's in play. We know Green is in play. We know Thompson is in play as the key four offensive weapons for Golden State. We know in Houston it's going to be Harden, Paul if he's good to go. Clint Capella is your third offensive weapon. And then you look at these swingmen, Tucker, Ariza, Gordon. That's basically it. Those are the guys that are going to give you the 30 to 35, 40 on any given night. So you got to just now find which alignment, which way you want to set up these lineups that's going to get you and propel you over the top. That's what it's going to come down to. A slight change here or there within 5 core players or 4 core players will get you possibly the GPP 10K or today's $177,000 for first place with that $17 entry fee. I'm playing that one. I'm gonna just roll the dice and decide which lineup I think gives me the best possible chance, and then just roll with it and see what happens. See if I can get it 7 times in a row cashing with one lineup in the main GPP. I usually play more of the smaller ones. You know, as you can see here, this particular GPP, I have 5 entries. 5 entries is right up here. Your entries, 5. May do a few more, but I mean, I'm not going to do any few more because they're already all taken. As you can see, 13,406 people are trying to get 10 grand today, and I have 5 lineups that I'm going to have to try to give it a shot. So, you know, $25 is not too bad to try to make 10, right? And then the other one, I'm sure there's still some openings left. That $17 and change GPP is for 177K, guys. If you have a little bit of money, if you could throw $50 at that one alone, you could do 3 lineups. You know, do 3 lineups and spend $55, $60. Give yourself a shot. What the heck? So that's pretty much where we at, guys. I mean, you know, like I said, mix and match. You know who the core guys are. You got to throw somebody in there, you know. I say the sleepers are like guys like Bell. Watch out for that injury news. We'll find out probably an hour or 2 hours before lock. You should have an idea on what's the deal with Iggy and what's the deal with Looney. So Looney and Iggy, if those guys are out, then you're looking at some more Nick Young, some more Jordan Bell for sure. Jordan Bell will definitely get more minutes, more than 20 minutes than he did the last game. And he could be someone that we can focus on, as well as Patrick McCaw. McCaw and Bell will be in play as low value plays for Golden State. All right? And then if there's no Chris Paul, then you know you're definitely going to have to go with Harden. He has to be in your lineup somewhere. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but, you know, if you're doing Houston lineups, you definitely have to have him in that lineup. I will have a lineup or two with Harden in it. There's no doubt about it. He's at home. I'll take my chances that James Harden will try to ball out and have possibly a monster game. It might not be enough. It might not be enough with this Golden State team. But you know, I will take a stab with him. I think he's the best play, obviously, for Houston. And then you got to think, you know, Gordon or Tucker or Ariza is going to have some sort of a big game. At least 2 out of those 3 guys are going to have to, and keep this game close and to possibly even pull it out. And Clint Capella is going to have to play well enough. I said that in the last game. I say, you know, if people are sleeping on Clint Capella and, you know, he may have a good game, this is a game that he can probably just step up and get things done. And he was the Clint Capella of old. So definitely do not fade him out. Should be in the lineup somewhere if you can. All right, guys? So, again, man, just remember, we want to do the live stream, man. I'm down for it. I'm all for it. You know, me with sports, I mean, you know, I'm down to you know, shoot the shit, so to speak, all the time, you know. So I am all for it. If anybody is definitely interested in that, I will do a live stream for the finals. WNBA, I'm willing to do it as well, probably once or twice a week as we do the WNBA. MLB videos, you know, same thing. I will be willing to. I definitely want to, you know, I want to definitely go towards that part of my channel where I'm actually spending a week or two. I mean, excuse me, a day or two a week doing something with some sort of sports. So definitely look out for that. You know. So again, I just need you guys to comment down below regarding the NBA or WNBA. As soon as I have 25+ subscribers that are interested in the live streams, 1 hour before lock, I'll be willing to do a live stream for about 40 to 45 minutes of that stream just before lock, and that'll be cool. We'll see what happens tonight. We'll see whom is going to play. My opinion on all this, I think Golden State is going to pull this game out. They're going to go to the finals, and we're going to have a rematch of last year. And to be honest with you, I don't see it any different than last year, even though Cleveland has, you know, changed their roster, and they do have a couple of guys there that are more athletic, like Clarkson, Larry Nance, and so on and so forth. I just don't see them being able to stop Golden State. You know, they're going to have to play 4 games in Golden State. Or even if they play Houston, they got to play 4 games at Houston. I think they got a shot against Houston, but I can't see them beating Golden State, you know, especially, you know, if Kevin Love is going to miss the first game or two. I just, you know, it's concussion protocol. I mean, you know, he'll probably be ready probably by Thursday. They'll clear him, but I mean, it's just terrible. You know, I mean, I don't see it. Thinking back last year, I think there was, out of the 4 games Golden State won, I think 2 of them were blowouts. I mean, it's just like, you know, and they were like high up there, like 125 points of offense or better. You know, Cleveland won 1 game, and I think they exploded in that 1 game, and they put up a 130 spot or something like that, if I recall correctly. But I mean, other than that, I mean, it was just Golden State dominated, you know, pretty much 3 out of those 5 games. So I just don't see it being any different. And I was hoping for different teams on both sides, to be honest with you. I was hoping that maybe Utah or New Orleans, some sort of Cinderella team, will make it to the finals in the West. I mean, you know, fat chance that was going to happen. I mean, obviously that just, you know, didn't fall through at all. And now we find ourselves that we're probably going to see Cleveland versus Golden State again in the NBA Finals. But, hey, you know what? I'm willing to cover it. I'm willing to play GPPs. And I'm willing to continue interacting with you guys on the channel. So we'll see what happens. All right, guys, work on those lineups. I'm going to get working on mine. Good luck tonight. And, of course, you know, hey, for those who have been chit-chatting with me back and forth in the comment section, man, continue to do that. Please comment down below if you want the live stream. I need to get to 25. I got about 6 or 7 individuals that are interested in the NBA and 4 interested in WNBA. If you like either or, if you play both fantasy sports, you know, let me know down below. And at the same time, tell me if you're interested. Of course, drop a like on the video. If you have not subscribed, it's your first time here, please subscribe down below. And of course, share the videos with people that you may know who may be interested in DFS, may need a little insight, may need a little advice, or just want to hear somebody, you know, talk about basketball or baseball or women's basketball, or even NASCAR. I mean, whatever. I'm into all of it, to be honest with you. All right. Good luck tonight, man. God bless. Your boy Manny is out.